Hey there, this is Troy Baker, and this is a piece of Schmidt.
Hello and welcome to my rushed intro. Thanks to Wes for Piece of Schmidt podcast. To my left is Wes, to my right is James. I'm Aaron. Go to Facebook, go to Instagram, go to patreon.com if you support the show. Now back to what I was saying.
Jesus, Wes.
Do you like that? Was that fun for you?
Yeah, that was. Was it fun for you?
Fuck you, Wes.
No, it was terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry you didn't have fun.
Okay, so today it's going to be science, maybe a little anger, and then some science, and maybe some more anger.
What about anger about science?
Anger science. What makes us angry?
Damn it.
Rage.
Bitches.
This game makes me angry.
Okay. Saw an article says quantum theory proves that our souls carry on after our bodies die.
What about our wayward son? Does that carry on?
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't see a problem with that.
You don't.
No, I don't.
Proves. So I'm like, cool. This is huge. I can't believe I haven't heard of this before. Click on the article, and it's like this really smart guy started looking up quantum physics and was like, oh, it could be possible that our souls move on after our bodies die. That's it.
So a smart guy just happened to say this could be a thing.
Exactly.
And so it was a clickbait article.
It was fucking bullshit.
It was a bullshit clickbait article.
Yeah. First of all, 90% of anything quantum is not proven because we just can't. But the fact that but the thing is like when we were talking about religion, a big part of my religious beliefs are that we have this higher power, but it goes hand in hand with specifically quantum physics. And if that stuff, if a lot of our theories are true, it's fascinating because we just don't have answers to these things that,
And yeah.
So that's another reason that I clicked on it because I'm like, oh shit, this is what I've been thinking about for a long time.
So this would be almost your tie-in, combining your
science. Someone actually smarter than me figured it out.
It's like,
and it's like, no, he just kind of just thought the same thing that I did, and it was like, this is interesting. I mean, granted, he's way fucking smarter than I am, and like he has many degrees, and he went from some kind of engineering to they were very vague in the fucking article, and it was just masturbation about science. Basically, it was terrible.
But the big problem you have, I think, from what it sounds like, is the title.
Yeah, exactly.
Quantum theory
proves.
Don't care about anything else. The fact that theory proves, because when our theory can prove stuff, it's no longer a theory.
Exactly.
Nice.
If the theory of evolution is still a theory, a lot of us hold that theory to be true, but we can't prove it to be true.
Yep.
But once it's true, then it's no longer the theory of evolution; it's evolution.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I've been reading that *Sapiens* book.
Yeah.
At night, almost done.
Does
Fucking
that
great.
book?
It's a textbook, by the way.
Is it really?
It's not like a read. It's like for classrooms. It's a fucking textbook. It's awesome.
So I watched a little video on this professor talking about evolution and how people are saying, well, if we evolved from apes, then why are there no more apes?
What?
Right?
What?
Yeah. They're saying, so if we evolved from apes, then all apes should be dead. That's what they said. And this professor was like, no, that's not how this works.
No. Do some research there.
And
the whole point of the book is the split off from the similarities that we have to chimpanzees and orangutans, and then how there was Neanderthals and Homo sapiens and Homo erectus, and like this it all starts out with the misconception that these were all the same thing and existed at different time periods, right? Like Neanderthals were before Homo sapiens, and the fact of the matter is that we are Homo sapiens, and we killed everyone else. We got rid of Homo erectus and fucking Neanderthals. Like, those were other species of homos, right? And there's this theory that we either genocided them, like just murdered all of them because we didn't get along with them, or that we just kind of like worked our way in and like, you know, whatever, because they did some DNA on some East Asian people, and some of their DNA is like part Neanderthal, part Homo sapien. So like, the big deal with that is, I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast or not, but if it's true that we are like part Homo sapiens and part Neanderthals and whatever, and like some people are Neanderthals and Homo sapiens, like we're not all one race, the whole race thing that we live with now becomes deep-seated in fact of like, you're black and you are legitimately a different species than I am, you know? And so scientists are legitimately afraid of proving one or the other or the one because of the racial implications of actually being different species. It's kind of funny and weird and interesting, but that's what the book is about, is how Homo sapiens, in their ability to cognitively come up with fiction, brought us to where we are now. Isn't that interesting? Okay. So our brain's ability to say, that's a tribe, we don't like them, you go left, I'll go right, is wholly unique to us as Homo sapiens. Neanderthals couldn't come up with fiction, you know, to help them tell stories and to tell, you know, anything really, to pass on knowledge and information and that kind of thing.
Damn.
So it's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't remember where I was going with that. Sapiens.
The thing you told me about the dwarven people or whatever was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. So there's this fucking little island, right? Where a bunch of people went and, like, when the water levels were lower, they walked over to this island, and then years and years and years pass, and the water level rises, like literally like hundreds and hundreds of years.
Literally.
And the water rises, and they don't have boats yet, right? So, like, these people are stuck on this island. All right, animals are stuck on this island. Like, it's this island.
Yeah.
And fucking people would swim over to the island and, like, you know, congregate with them or whatever and have sex with them and then like swim away. But like some people, like, they would stay on the island because they were like weren't physically enough fit to like swim across this gap or like to get out in some way.
Gotcha.
Okay. So because the resources were so limited on this island, they became smaller to support themselves with less food. And same thing with animals. And that's where the dwarf recessed gene comes from, is because this island made people get smaller so that they could live on this little island by themselves. We would go over there, have sex with them, come back. And there was like little tiny fucking tigers, little tiny woolly mammoths, little tiny, and like the first dwarves. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, that's how we got.
This is crazy,
we
man.
got those things.
Damn.
Yeah.
Munchkin Land?
Yeah. No, that's a little
Lollipop
offensive. But yeah. Is that
Lollipop?
offensive? I don't know.
What's that?
Is that offensive? Munchkin Land?
No.
Okay.
It was in a movie.
Fair enough.
Because there's never been offensive stuff in movies.
True.
Day Without a Woman.
Oh. So Elon Musk. Everyone knows that Elon Musk, to be fair, right, has SpaceX, right? He's
SpaceX,
launching
Tesla.
stuff.
Going to come up with some crazy new idea in the next 2 years. Because he's rich and has a team of Uber scientists for him.
Remind me of the Amazon guy? Steve?
Jeff
Bezos.
Yeah.
Okay. People don't know that he is in this like heated battle with fucking Elon Musk. Thank you. He has a goddamn ranch with a spaceport in it. So he just like goes on vacation to his ranch where he has a spaceport and like launches his stuff into space or whatever. So it's fucking crazy. So what they're both trying to do and have now done successfully as of last week is get the fuel holder, I don't know, the thing that once we get into orbit, we like, and it shoots off.
Fuselage?
Something like that. Something that we destroy or gets destroyed. Normally, during space travel, they have figured out a way to navigate itself back onto like moving objects.
Say, old style shuttle, you had the big orange tank, the 2 rockets, and the shuttle.
Yeah.
And the 2 rockets would break off, and the big orange one would break off.
Yeah.
They've got a way to make the big orange one essentially land.
The thing that costs 70% of a rocket that we would have to build every time, they now have reusable ones that you can use 9 to 10 times over. Okay.
In their dick measuring contest.
I mean, it's good for us.
No, I'm saying like this is a positive dick measuring contest.
But they keep tweeting each other like, "Congratulations on your thing. We over here at SpaceX just sent my rocket can actually have a payload." And Steve or Jeff is like, "Well, mine landed on a moving barge in the middle of the ocean." And Elon's like, "Well, mine does this." And it's like, "Cool, man. You guys are fucking crazy and you're making space travel incredibly cheaper for everyone."
Yeah, because I saw that same
awesome.
article. It's like we brought up before the started, 100-fold cheaper.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, something like a rocket every time costs like $10 to $15 million, and 70% of that was in that.
So let's say $7 million.
Yeah, was like thrown away every time, and now we can reuse that.
Because didn't SpaceX launch one, land it, and then relaunch the same one?
Yep. Successfully last week, yeah.
And then they're going to try relanding the same one? Because at some point, there's going to be diminishing returns on how many times you can use it. But
yeah, he said like you can use it 9 to 10 times.
Jeez.
That's still this. Okay, 9 to 10 times. Let's say you're saving $21 million. No, 9 to 10.
7 times, like $70
million.
Yeah. That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. It's crazy. And they're like independent millionaires.
Yeah,
just
right?
billionaires. And NASA's like, hey guys, government funding over
Federal
here.
funding.
Well, it's like, what government funding now?
Right.
It's like, hey, we can do the same thing. Just give us some
Just
money.
give us
Can
some
we have monies?
All right, screw it. Hey,
No,
hey,
you can't.
hey, Elon, you can use our facilities. Just pay us.
Yep.
We'll work for you.
Yep.
I wonder how many NASA people have jump ship to SpaceX so they can actually work.
To be fair, I have read multiple articles saying that they have a really good relationship with NASA, so that they're not necessarily competing, but they actually share research and funds and stuff. So I don't. Jeff and Amazon does not, but SpaceX's organization.
But let's say you're working at NASA and you've just told for the 5th year in a row that, oh, we're getting no funding again, and then you see
they did get a good funding this year, though.
Fair enough.
They did.
So then you look over at SpaceX, and they're hiring astrophysicists and all that stuff. It's like, hey, I'm just gonna go fix my resume.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man.
And look, they're still gonna make mistakes because you have to make mistakes to get better.
Fuck yeah.
SpaceX, didn't they blow up like 2 rockets?
They blew up
Yeah.
more than 2. Yeah, they were just like, oh shit.
At least they were unmanned
Damn it.
rockets.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, man. Did anybody see John Oliver this week?
No.
Yeah,
The weed one?
Yep.
Yeah, that was very interesting, right? Mm-hmm. He went into how the state regulation for marijuana just doesn't really mean anything because it's federally still illegal.
Yeah, and I remember when all that happened, and then Obama came out and said, we're not going after states who did this.
Yeah, he was like, it's still federally illegal, but like, we're cool, man. Like, he was so laid back about it.
And then you saw the part in that same article that same clip with
Video, yeah.
Jeff Sessions.
Yeah.
Who says it's the worst drug ever.
Yeah. The guy who took over
Attorney General.
His direct quote is, Lady Gaga says she's addicted to weed.
Yep. That's his argument.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Beauregard Sessions the Third or something
He's like,
like that.
it's the worst drug in the world. It's the worst drug in the world. Another clip. Oh, it's a terrible drug. It's a terrible drug. Third clip. Lady Gaga's addicted to weed, so it's a terrible drug.
Wow.
I didn't know that it was on the Schedule 1 of the controlled substances.
It's Schedule 1. Marijuana, meth.
No, heroin.
Heroin.
What?
Below that,
is
cocaine and meth.
Methamphetamines.
Oh my god.
It's on the same level as heroin.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And above cocaine,
The most
And meth.
addictive, two of the most addictive drugs in the world.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Oh my god.
It's crazy, man. It takes researchers 6 years to get federal marijuana to study. Because they're just like, they have to get approval from all these different people. And so scientists are like, hey, can we study weed to see if it like helps with PTSD, depression, whatever? And they're
Glaucoma.
like, they're like, yeah, sure. 6 years later, they're like, here you go.
And there's one essentially pot farm that has pot for government government
University of Mississippi.
University of Mississippi.
Wow.
They grow all the weed for the federal government.
And the big problem comes to a place like the VA, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can't prescribe medical marijuana, even if you're in a state where it's legal, to a veteran with PTSD.
Because they're federal?
Because they are federal, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's
They did this video
That's so
of a guy
stupid.
who was like, I got all these PTSD, depression medications, and I kept waking up at night and screaming and having nightmares, and I couldn't eat.
Seeing my dead buddy
sleep.
Rodriguez.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff.
having visions and all this shit. And he's like, and then I fucking like smoked a bowl and I went to bed and I slept like a baby. I woke up at 6 a.m. I went to the gym. You know, I haven't had a thing, but like
I'm a criminal.
I can't get weed. Yeah, I'm
Wow.
a criminal. And so he's like, couldn't he fly to some state and get weed and bring it back? No, can't do that. That's illegal. Can I drive to another state? No, I can't do that because they're all federally regulated.
Jeez.
Can I get a bird to fly out and grab it and then bring it back to me?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
I love that they're like, in 1960 or whatever, there was like an 8% legalization. And now in 2016, it's like 70%.
68, 70, yeah.
Yeah. That's like okay with it. And it's like, what was the joke? He's like, people are okay with marijuana like people are okay with Mark Wahlberg being a serious actor.
Yep.
We're all just kind of like, I'm okay with it now,
Wow.
I guess.
It actually is it's a really
really
good last
funny.
week tonight to watch.
Yeah, it was good.
Jeez.
It was good.
That's fucking insane. That is so fucking insane.
You can still lose. You okay?
Yep.
The hell did you just do?
Just trying to punch my leg.
How's your head feel?
What's wrong with my head?
Hand.
Oh, my hand.
Yeah.
It's all
How's
right.
your head feel?
Yeah, it's...
Little red?
that? Okay.
My shoe on the chair.
This is a natural Wes noise.
We didn't do the shout out to the new clock.
Shout out to the new clock. Shout out to
the new
Prey.
coaster. A little crooked. That's how we do things here.
Derailed's piece of Schmidt proves that quantum theory is real and it helps. We proved it.
With PTSD
Yeah.
and afterlife jobs.
This is your mind bong pipe. Load it with some quantum. Okay. Light it up.
What do you light it with?
Quantum fuel.
I bet you Elon Musk smokes something called quantum something.
No.
I guarantee you.
You think?
I guarantee you.
He's a weird dude. I listened to him and Neil deGrasse Tyson talk. They did an interview. He's like, he started PayPal. Did you know that? Did you know Elon Musk was the PayPal guy?
Yes.
I
Only
heard that.
recently I found that out there.
Yeah. It's pretty weird.
One of my
But if you want to watch a good Neil deGrasse, watch him on Joe Rogan.
Oh,
Super
call.
good.
Good call.
Because it's, I can say whatever the fuck I want to say on this
That's
podcast.
awesome. That's awesome.
it was funny. Elon was on Colbert once, and it was like he said, "What?" Like he asked Colbert, "What do you want?" I want to walk into my house and have my phone just charge. I don't want to have cables for anything. Okay. You just said like, okay, I'll start working on that.
Oh, Elon asked.
Colbert, what
Yeah.
he wanted,
Oh, that's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's like
That'd be dope.
Just like walk in, your phone start charging. But,
You don't have to put it anywhere.
Yeah,
Starts
you just
charging.
once you're home.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's
the
pretty
only
cool.
problem is people say, oh, it's going to cause cancer.
No. The same people think that Wi-Fi is going to cause cancer too.
And these are
like-
the same people that put Sweet Low in their coffee and they get cancer anyway.
True. It's true.
Like, if you believe everything causes cancer.
Too much water.
But they don't believe that the little packet that says this has caused cancer in laboratory rats.
No.
It's not. No, we're not rats. We're not rats.
No. You know what really freaks me out? Is
Turtles?
No. No. What? Smoking too much quantum weed over there, bro.
On the farm that you probably growed on.
Ma,
No. No.
you don't ask your mom for weed?
No.
All right. I would.
You do.
Shout out to my mom.
Honey, come in the kitchen. I got some fresh green. I don't know why your mom's from New York either.
I don't know either. What freaks me out? Oh, have you ever seen the sticker on plastic things that says the state of California recognizes that this product contains something that causes cancer, but only California? Have you ever seen this? It's on laptops.
Yeah.
Really?
It's because California, being one of the most liberal states, has everything does cause cancer. Like, they truly believe everything causes cancer.
Yeah.
So, yes, they put that warning on anything that has been ever linked to cancer. Even in, like, the most minute reason.
Yeah.
Like, I did this laptop to conduct this test, and that rat got cancer.
Yeah.
It's got to be the plastic.
That reminds me of Better Call Saul, when his brother is afraid of the sun because it causes cancer.
Well, the sun is a flaming ball of death that burns and blinds.
But he was also afraid of like
Whoa.
the telephone lines and the radio lines
Yeah.
and like all that stuff. And
I just don't like the sun because
he put tinfoil over his head.
Really?
And everything, yeah.
I just don't like the sun because I burn too easy.
His brother was Lenny from Happy Days. Lenny and Squiggy.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, McKinley from also Airheads.
Not Happy
I
Days.
love
Laverne
Airheads.
and
Yeah.
Shirley.
Huh?
Laverne and Shirley. Not
Lenny
Happy.
and Squiggy? I thought it was Happy Days.
Laverne and Shirley.
Okay.
Because they would always like knock, they'd pull the Kramer essentially.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
And what'd you say about Airheads?
Fuck you, Superman.
I love Airheads. The movie, not the candy.
Movie's great.
Yeah. Candy's too hard.
Underrated.
Brendan Fraser, bro.
Underrated movie.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Adam Sandler when he was funny.
Thank you for joining us on this scientifically angry
Steve
episode
Buscemi.
of Piece of Schmidt podcast. We appreciate you. We appreciate everything you do. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, head on over to patreon.com and give
Support
us
the show.
some money.
We need money from our alcohol. We're getting low. We're getting low on the booze.
Good night.